So HTC finally launched the new M8 at an event held in New York, and we've got a box right here for you guys. So we're going to quickly unbox this guy and see what all is inside the box, and then I'm going to show you a bit of the device. We're going to talk about the specifications and design a little bit, because the new design is really nice. So let's begin. So quickly getting rid of the box, because you see this is a demo box. This is not what the final box will look like. So we have the device first. I'm going to put that to the side. Cut through the things here. We have a nice wall charger, which is over here. We also have the USB cable, which is over here, and HTC in-ear earphones. So those guys are nice. I'm going to leave those over here as well. And you have additional ear tips, and then you can see over here is the SIM removal tool, which has been taped to the bottom of this box. So that's about it for the box contents on this device. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all these things and I'm going to take a look at the device itself. So this is it, guys. This is the new HTC M8. It's a fantastic looking phone, and it takes on from what the HTC One was, the M7, and it sort of builds up on that. Really nice looking device over here. What you do see, one of the major differences is that the metal on the body of the HTC M8 sort of curves around the sides and comes to the front, versus the one on the M7 or the HTC One used to have polycarbonate on the sides. So this is a single shell, which this design uses 90% metal versus 70% on the HTC M7 or the original one. Now you also see a dual camera setup, and I'm going to talk about that in just a minute, and that's one of the most leaked things in tech history. Has to be this guy right here. So let's quickly run through the specifications. I'm going to quickly run you through the device. We have a boom sound speaker setup over here, so that's nice. We have a front facing camera, which is also pretty impressive. You have a 5 megapixel front camera. You have a couple of sensors over there. The display over here is a 5-inch display with a 1920 by 1080p resolution. So it's not 2K, it's not 4K, it's just a regular old HD display. Funnily enough, how this could have been a really funny thing to say back when the original M7 was launched. So that's the front of the device. Again, boom sound speaker. Another thing that's been nicely done is that the buttons for moving around are now soft buttons, which are within the display. So you do get a home key directly in the center where you're used to, and then you have a running app key or a task manager key on the right and a back button on the left. If I turn the device to the side over here real quick, we have a micro SD card slot on the right side, and the volume rocker. On the top is just the power button and the infrared blaster. On the left of the device is the SIM card tray. Although it looks fairly large, it's actually a nano SIM card tray. And at the bottom is the micro USB charging data syncing port, along with the 3.5mm headphone jack. So that's a quick look at that. And if you look at the back of the device, we have the dual camera setup. So we have an ultra pixel camera along with a focus depth capture camera, which is really nice. And we did take a lot of pictures with this. Looks really fantastic. So this works really well. I'm quite surprised at how well this works, and I've posted video and samples of this. It's really nice. You do have inbuilt effects as well, which allow you to sort of add falling leaves and falling snow onto your images, which again looks quite stunning. But I'm going to show you that on this video as well. If we talk about the inside, we have the Snapdragon 801 chipset. So we're running 2.5 gigahertz and 2.3 gigahertz depending on what part of the world you're coming from. You have 2 gigs of RAM and 16 and 32 gigabyte of storage. Micro SD card expandability up to 128 gigabytes, which is pretty impressive. Now talking about what's new. Now this new front layout is Sense 6.0, and it's been designed quite well. So it takes in from what Blink Feed was and it improves on it considerably. You have larger, nicer tiles. You can see device just been launched. announced and sort of all over the news over here. And if you swipe to the right, you have more or less the usual sort of Android sort of design. Now if you go into the all apps list, again just like the past, you can manage your grid size, so you can go into the grid size and I can make it larger or smaller depending on how I want to look at it. Let me see if I can find the video that I made with the new sort of seasons effect. So if you look at this is actually an image that was clicked from the device and then it converts it into a video with a falling sort of rose petals effect. There's another one with the falling snow effect, which looks nice. And if I stop this here, this is the original image. And what you can simply do is go into edit, and then you have effects over here. So I can now change focus. So it'll process. You can see the background is being blurred out, and Peter Chow is in focus. I can do the reverse. I can put the background in focus and blur him out, which is really nice, and it works really well. You can see it quickly does that. There are other things that I can do. For example, I can go into Dimension Plus, and this allows me to sort of warp the reality a little bit and sort of change it in a three-dimensional sort of format, which I can do with my finger as well, if you can see that. So it sort of gives it that parallax effect that you see on the iPhone. You can manipulate your images a little bit with that. The seasons thing I've already shown you. Foreground allows you to sort of color the background in a different format. So for example, I could blur him out. I can also make the background turn into a cartoon and also colorize it so that it gives you this effect. And then you have a touch-up option, which you're used to, and then the seasons option that I showed you earlier. And you can save it as a movie or as an image, which is really nice, looks really good. Quite impressive, this effect itself. Then you have a bunch of filters over here, again, which you can play around with. Nothing special with that. I personally feel that the seasons effect and the fact that you can change focus is going to be a big thing, especially if you do a lot of social imaging, if you do a lot of Instagramming. A lot of people do their work with Instagram and promote their stuff with Instagram. So for products, putting the background out of focus would actually work really well. If you can do that with this device. So pretty impressive sort of features from the camera over there. Video quality is pretty impressive, and image quality itself is pretty impressive. Even in low light conditions, we did do a little bit of running around with that. If I'm gonna quickly open up the browser, so let's open up one of our pages, just put a hands-on with the HTC One M8. So you might see this article in this video and then this video in the article, so it'll be like a sort of videoception of such. But you can see how well this works. It's so fluid. I'm pretty happy with the way HTC has managed to put this device out at launch. It's available right now, and it works. It's actually very, very smooth. The whole Blink feed UI is really smooth. Of course, you can customize it. We've added iGyaan in the feeds, but you can search for your own topic. So, for example, if I want to search for my topic, I can go into Add Content, and then I can simply search for anything like. I can search for archery, for example, and it'll give me a sort of feed of that, and then I can tap on it and look at the whole feed. It'll sort of update that feed and show me what the Blink feed will look like if I was following a archery sort of feed. So depending on what your likes are, games or etc. or tech, then you can definitely customize this as per your requirements. You can also add RSS feeds. So I've done that over here. I've added iGyaan's RSS feed, and you can also search for iGyaan directly in the Blink feed format. It's easily available over there as well. HTC has also done a bunch of other things. So you do have a Fitbit app preloaded. The device itself will function as a Fitbit monitor, and you can also sync it with your Fitbit device. So in both cases, if you're going for a run, you don't want to carry your device with you, so you can wear the Fitbit, and when you're done running, you can sync up with your phone, and then throughout the day when you're just walking around and doing regular work, this app can continue running and monitor your health and your activity. So that's a good thing, I guess, because sort of does what Samsung does with the Gear, but it does it with the device itself. Now for the US market, HTC is giving a 6-month warranty as well on shatter. So if you do break your screen, etc., HTC is going to give you a brand new device. But that's only for the US market, and it's a pity because we would have liked to see it in a market like India, where this could have been really bad for HTC on the other side. But these are some of the apps that come loaded, and I want to show you one more application, which is the new sort of TV app, which works really well. So again, the only complaint that we have over here is that in India, you don't have a channel guide, so you can't do most of the things you can. Like you can't know what show is on, you can't look at the social stream. But in a market like the US, you can sort of go into Facebook feeds and Twitter feeds of the show that you're watching and sort of read up on what people are saying about it, etc. HTC has also allowed you to customize your themes in this one, so something that was available on really old HTC devices. So you can go into personalize and go into sort of themes and change the color of the blink feed layout as well. So right now I'm on an all black theme. If I go into this theme, this changes into purple. The blink feed background sort of changes into purple. So if you guys want to do that, you can do that as well. But I personally like the all black one. So then I get a black sort of blink feed layout. But there you go, guys. This was a quick look and hands-on with the new HTC One M8. Stay tuned for our full review and comparison with the HTC One M7 in the coming days. If you have any questions or queries, do drop them in the comment section below. Check us out on iGyaan.in, and also make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you like the video, and subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/iGyaan, youtube.com/iGyaanTV for iGyaan Networks. This has been Bharat Nagpal. Thank you guys for watching.